As anybody who listens to Robert Hood Radio knows, we have been in the midst of giving away a pair of passes each day to the 2019 Black Bear Americana Music Fest. And you might say to yourself, in case you missed it last year, what is the Black Bear Americana Music Fest? Well, all it is 3 great days, October 11th, 12th, and 13th at the Goshen Fairgrounds. And there's 35 bands, 4 stages, 3 days of music, and lots of other activities that go along with it. It really has turned out to be, in the short time it's been around, pretty amazing and pretty successful. Joining us today is one of the artists who will be performing at Black Bear. That's Ian Campbell. Ian, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
So let's talk a little bit about you, Ian. I had an email that said you grew up in Connecticut, here in Litchfield County.
I grew up in New Haven County, down a little more south in Naugatuck, yeah, and then left for the military. Spent 6 years traveling around the world. Came home and found my way up to Litchfield, and have fallen in love with the place.
How did you find your way into music?
Oh God! So I have a very large family. I have 17 brothers and sisters, and my older brother Bruce was this traveling guy in the 70s who would hitchhike around the country, real cowboy, lived out west, and would come home and play guitar and just play country songs, and everybody would gather around in a circle and just stare at him, and I thought, that's cool. And one day in my military days, age 21, he was home and I was home at the same time, just on a little vacation. And I said, could you teach me? And he taught me one song and took off from there, fell in love, and just gobbled it up. And that was a few years ago. So that's how I did it, and it's changed my life. It's a wonderful thing.
You know, it's amazing. I was first introduced to music by my music teacher, and because I couldn't sing, and he said, "Have you ever thought about taking up an instrument?" And I took up at first the saxophone, and that was too heavy, and then I chose the guitar. And it's something I learned, and I haven't played in years, but it's every once in a while when I see a guitar, I take it out and I strum some songs and stuff like that. Playing music, not only, I guess, for me it was relaxing and it was a lot of fun, but for you, not only is it that, but you also get the added benefit of seeing people really enjoy your music and purchase your music and really affect their lives.
My brother told me, you should become a musician because you're going to go places and meet people that you wouldn't have done otherwise. And that didn't ring quite true right off the bat. And then it's exactly what happened. My life has changed and been enhanced so much by the people that I know and the places that I've gone to, and it all has to do with the fact that I became a musician. And music to me is even better than paying a therapist. As a songwriter, it bleeds out of you, and then you look at what you wrote on paper and say, that's exactly how I feel. It's a healthy thing.
You know what's interesting? I mean, we're talking once again with one of the performers, Ian Campbell, who's going to be at the Black Bear Americana Music Fest at the Goshen Fairgrounds, October 11th, 12th, and 13th, as a matter of fact. Americana music. I'm old enough, and I've been in radio long enough that there was a time that there was no such thing as Americana music described that way, but Americana came into its own fold, I think roughly, probably in the early 80s, early to mid-80s, and I never knew what to make of it at first, but now Americana really is a pretty broad stroke of music.
It really is. And that's what we intend to do at the Black Bear Americana Music Festival, is to bring a broad stroke. And so the next band after that folk band is going to be a bluegrass, and the next one after that is Cajun, and the next one after that has jazz influences. And it's just going to show you these various groups that each and every one of them is intended to blow your mind. There's nobody that has been booked at this festival that's a lightweight. You're supposed to come there and sit down and say, oh my God, I had no idea. When I went to my first festival 22 years ago, I had an epiphany, and I've been going ever since. It's not just the music; it's the community, it's the people around you, it's the whole feeling of it. There is truly magic in the bubble, and you just got to get into the bubble to go see it. And for me, I wait 365 days a year just for those 5 days of glorious living.
The Black Bear Americana Music Festival, once again, at the Goshen Fairgrounds, the 11th, 12th, and 13th. If you want more information, tickets, and the full lineup, blackbearmusicfest.com, blackbearmusicfest.com. And really, I mean, when you look at the lineup, it is pretty amazing who are coming to Goshen, Connecticut.
I of course agree. Last year was just amazing in the whole experience, and so this year we have taken all of these independent musicians that you see, and some of them have significant names that a lot of people would know, but a lot of times independent music, for the people who aren't in the know, for the people who listen to mainstream music, you wouldn't really know some of these names, and then you'll go and it'll shock you. And I have plenty of those on stage. But we also brought in some well-known names. This year we have a band called Uprooted, which is the band Rusted Root, who had to go on hiatus, so they're continuing on with the name Uprooted. So you're really going to see all of those great Rusted Root songs, and Michael Gubicki is there. He's the lead singer of Rusted Root, who now is the lead singer of Uprooted. Most of the band is there, and it's going to be an incredible Saturday night with the Grand Slambovian Circus of Dreams, and then Uprooted. And then on Friday night, you got Matt Smith from Austin, Texas, and the Luster Kings Rockabilly. And I have that one more spot that it's almost plugged in for a headliner, and that could be anybody. And I want to tell you who's on the hook and who I might have, but I can't until the official documents are signed. So there's incredible music that is in that mainstream coming, as well as all of those independent wow bands that I'm bringing in.
So now, speaking, and obviously you're a performer, but now obviously you're really closely associated with the festival to be in there setting it up.
I'm part owner.
Yeah.
I got suckered into it, but then I got involved and I recognized what is going on here, and I thought, I could do this. I want this. I want to create magic here, and we did last year, and we're going to do it again. And everybody there bought tickets for the next year right on spot, and it's because it's special. It's festivals are special. Community like that, like-minded people get together, take care of each other, kindness. It's a wonderful thing, and we have it too. So we're excited to keep this going.
Well, as a performer and as somebody who now is obviously a part owner of it, which means you do everything from cleanup to you name it, you do it, because Jill and I are the owners of Robin Hood Radio, and nowadays there's no big staff. You own it, you do it.
That's the truth. It's quite a job, a labor of love for sure. And I just see the potential. And again, I went to festivals 20-plus years ago, and I recognized that this is something that's needed. What happens there? People are kind to each other. People are elevated, inspired. And I don't want this to ever go away. This needs to stay here in Connecticut, in America, in New England, everywhere. It's special, it's beautiful, and it should happen. And
what's great about, I think what music festivals are doing, they're becoming all-encompassing, and you're doing this at Black Bear at the Goshen Fairgrounds the 11th, 12th, and 13th of October, it's an environment where you can go for the day, it's an environment you can come back all the days, or it's an environment you can camp and stay there, because you really have so much that's going on there that it really is a great way to spend a weekend.
It really is. If you can come for the day, you'll be pleasantly surprised at how much is going on. Your children, your adults, everything is going on all day. And then at night, if you camp, there's the night scene is incredible. There's jam tents where all of the music goes from the stages and just moves into the campground, into these jam tents, and it's almost an open mic, and everybody gets an opportunity to just go around in a circle and sing and play and jam along with. So that night camping thing is really something special. We also have stilt walkers and fire spinners and carnival acts. The fire spinner is amazing. And then we also have bagpipes, and they'll teach you, there's a bagpipers that'll do performances, but also teach you how to blow bagpipes. We have workshops with industry professionals, from high-end agents to open guitar, open tuning, wonderful workshops from Matt Smith to drumming, hand drumming, and we'll have all the hand drums there. You can just come and get into a workshop, a drum circle, and learn all about that. So the list goes on, and there's always something to do, and each and everything is pretty cool all on its own. Put it all together, and it just amps up.
Well, once again, if you want more information on this, blackbearmusicfest.com, blackbearmusicfest.com. Goshen Fairgrounds, October 11th, 12th, and 13th. And as I said, we are in the process of giving away a pair of tickets each day to this great event. Ian, thanks for spending a few minutes with us. And I know, especially now, even though it's about a month ahead of time when we're recording this, you're going to be a very busy guy over the course of the next 30 days.
That's just so true, but that's okay. Come November, I'm just going to sleep.
All right. Ian, thanks for spending a few minutes with us.
Thank you so much for having me.